Should marriage be seen as an achievement? That is today's topic. It's a thought-provoking topic, and this thing came into my head yesterday when I was having a conversation with a good friend of mine. We are very close. He just got divorced recently. He was married for around 18 years or so. Very long marriage. So we were just talking about, because I was married for more than a decade myself. I've said it several times before. We were just having a discussion, kind of a reflection of what really happened, what went wrong, what went right during our marriage. So it was just like a kind of friend to friend conversation. That was when I just have a deep thought of this topic. I said to myself, why don't I even say something about this topic based on my personal experience? So that is the genesis of this topic. It's a provoking topic to some people. So we are going to be discussing it. I will tell you my point of view. And at the end of this discussion, I will give you my final take of what marriage is all about based on my experience. To start with, let's start from traditional standpoint when it comes to marriage. Historically, marriage be seen as a milestone in our life, historically. And to some culture, many culture, it symbolizes stability, it symbolizes commitment, and it symbolizes social acceptance. That's how they see marriage in many cultures. I think the big question now is, are these still relevant in today's modern life? Do we still see it from that perspective? That is what we are going to be discussing today. So, is marriage, or can marriage be seen as an achievement? To many people, yes, marriage is seen as an achievement. And why? To get to that level of being a husband and wife, of getting married, it requires effort. And it requires compromise and dedication to achieve that level of marriage status. The process is not, it's exciting. You look for your suitable partner, you cultivate relationship with this person, you nurture that relationship, you both now agreeing, okay, we are right for each other, and you go to that level of tying that knot. It's a process. And to some people, going through that process and accomplishing it is a sign of achievement. Fair enough. That is our point of view. I don't disagree with that at all. But is that a way to measure success? In that case, let's look at the alternative to marriage. Then maybe we might be able to figure out which way to go. Success can be achieved from various sources. Success can be achieved through building a career, a successful career. Success can be achieved by cultivating a robust friendship, a long-term friendship, or just chasing your passion. Success can be achieved in a various way. So you can do all of that without considering us that marriage actually gives us. So let's just talk. Let's look at modern dating. Dating has changed significantly, evolving day in, day out. People choose their personal growth as opposed to marriage. Some people just choose cohabitation without actually going through the process of getting married. Or some people just enjoy their independence and just enjoy their life that way. So the big question now today is, should a marriage still be put in the higher podium as an achievement? That is the big question. And that question is something that you will have to look at. Individual point of view. That is why it is relevant for you to leave a comment on this topic and just tell me what you think. If marriage should still be seen as an achievement in this modern world. But finally, this is my take on this topic. It's very important. As I said, I was married for more than a decade. The reason why people see marriage as an achievement is that went into marriage with a mindset that, for example, incomplete in one way or the other in their life. For example, they have some emotional problem. Sometimes maybe they have some financial problem, or they have a social problem, or they have psychological problem, even spiritual problem. And you think that when you get married to somebody, somehow you get help to solve those personal problems. No, that is a wrong move. Marriage, in essence, based on all this, is not an institution whereby you seek happiness and joy. It's to serve others, to care for others. It's not a place where you seek happiness, you seek joy. If you went into a marriage with a mindset of giving, the marriage have a percentage of succeeding. But if you went into a marriage with the mindset of taking, the marriage will not work. It's an institution where you give and not where you take. That's where some people make that mistake. So people think it's an achievement because they believe when they get there, it will be all right. The problem will be solved. No, it's a place where it's a lot of challenges, and while you are there, don't seek joy and happiness, but just give and don't accept to be given. Get that mindset. That is the only way a marriage can work. It's not a place where you seek solution. It's a place where you go in there with what you already have in you. Whether that means joy in you, happiness in you, financial stability, psychological stability, emotional stable. You have to go into marriage with all those qualities to make marriage work. Don't expect your partner to just come and solve your problem. You see, when I watch a divorce video sometime or rumor, most of the reason why women divorce or apply for divorce is that they said they're not happy. It's not a place where a husband cannot make you happy. You can't expect someone to know what goes on in your mind and kind of miraculously find a way to make you happy. If you want to be happy, you're generated from inside. That's how happiness happens. Take kind of mindset. I promise you that marriage will not work. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you haven't. Share if you can. Until then, I'll see you on my next video.